Hey everyone. So, if you've ever had that nagging feeling that the standard advice for building a business is, well, just completely broken, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down a blueprint that flips all that conventional wisdom on its head. We're diving deep into the framework that separates the businesses that thrive from all the rest. All right, let's just start with this number 97%. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a huge, kind of scary number, and it represents this massive hidden wall that most entrepreneurs slam into. Because that's what we're talking about. 97 out of every 100 businesses, they never even hit $1 million in annual revenue. And we have to be super clear here, that's just revenue. That's not profit, it's not what you take home. It's just the top line. That's just an insane failure rate when you think about it. So you gotta ask, right? Why? I mean, with all the books, courses, and podcasts out there, why are so many people falling flat? Well, it turns out it's because they're playing a game with the wrong rulebook. You know, the problem really starts in two places: the online gurus and, believe it or not, our traditional school system. Both of them, in their own unique ways, get you ready for a world that just doesn't exist when you're trying to build something from scratch. And here is the massive disconnect. On the one hand, you have gurus promising you this fast, easy path to millions. All you have to do is follow your passion. But the reality for the founders who actually make it, it's a grind. It's a decade-long journey of hard work. And yeah, passion is great, it's the fuel, but it is not the map. And then, you've got our education system. This quote just nails it. It was literally designed back in the Industrial Revolution for one thing: to create good employees who could follow instructions, not innovative entrepreneurs who break the rules. Think about it. School drills it into our heads that failure is the end. Get an F, you fail the class, it's over. But in business, failure is just data, it's learning. School teaches you to color inside the lines, but business demands you question why the lines are even there. The very things that get you an A+ in the classroom can get you a big fat F in the real world of business. So how do you actually escape this 97% trap? Well, you have to adopt a totally different way of thinking, the mindset of that successful 3%. It's about completely rewiring your brain, starting with the one thing school taught all of us to be terrified of. Okay, so the biggest, most critical shift, it all starts right here. You have to learn to embrace failure. For that top 3%, failure isn't an obstacle to get around. Failure is the path forward. They don't run from it. They actually plan for it. They use it. It's this idea called controlled failure. No, this isn't about being reckless or careless. It's about being a scientist. You design these small, cheap experiments where, yeah, failure is a real possibility, but it's a survivable one. Every time one of those experiments fails, you get priceless information without sinking the whole ship. And this is where things get kind of paradoxical, but it's so true. The founders who are obsessed with getting everything perfect, the ones who plan not to fail, they're actually the most fragile. It's the ones who build failure into the plan, who expect it and manage it. They're the ones who become resilient, and in the end are the ones who succeed. Okay, so why is this controlled failure thing such a big deal? Because it's a direct counterattack on the two biggest business killers. I mean, look at this. A whopping 82% of businesses fail simply because they run out of cash. By keeping your failures small and cheap, you protect your bank account. And by constantly experimenting, you avoid that second huge killer, spending all your time and money building something that nobody actually wants. So when you have that mindset, it naturally leads to a completely different blueprint for building your business. It's a massive shift in focus, away from your brilliant idea and towards somebody else's painful problem. So here's the path that pretty much everyone takes. It's the one the gurus sell you on. It starts with me, my passion, my cool idea. And step 3, well, it's basically just hope. And let me tell you, hope is not a business strategy. The huge, glaring flaw in this whole approach is that it's completely self-centered. It's built on the assumption that the world is just waiting for your passion project. But here's the tough truth. The market doesn't care about your passion. It really doesn't. The market only cares about its own problems. But the 3% path, it flips that completely on its head. It doesn't start with you, it starts with them. You go out and you find a real, painful problem that a group of people has. Then, and this is key, you validate it. You make sure the pain is real and that they'd pay to solve it, long before you ever write a line of code or build a single thing. At the end of the day, that's the whole game. The entire focus shifts from, hey, look at this cool thing I made, to, how can I serve you? How can I solve your problem? Your business just becomes a tool, a machine for solving a specific problem for a specific group of people. And that simple shift changes everything. It takes so much of the risk out of the equation. All right, so if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this next point. This really is the core idea that separates the thriving 3% from the struggling 97%. Let me say that again. Your business is not about you. It's not a stage for your passion. It is a tool for solving a customer's problem, period. Once you make that fundamental switch in your brain, everything else, your marketing, your product, your entire strategy, just clicks into place. So I'll leave you with this. Forget the guru myths. Forget the broken models from school. The path to success is different. It takes a new mindset for sure, but it's a proven one. The real question is, are you ready to stop building for you and start building for them?